What? Oh my god. I love it. Brains. More brains. Shit. Let's play Nightmare Frames. Bop. Hello and welcome to Hula Who Plays short-ish indie horror games. Today I'm going to play Nightmare Frames, or the first episode of it. This is a point-and-click horror game, and this was recommended by the developer of The Excavation of Hob Sparrow, which was one of the best games last year, so I trust that recommendation. And this game looks really, really cool. It's all about the movie scene, the horror movie scene, and I am obsessed with horror stories in general, all types of media, about cursed movies. I think, you know, Ring, but also anyone who's old enough to know that Masters of Horror episode, Cigarette Burns, I think it was John Carpenter, I don't know. I mean, that was amazing. That was such a weird, off-putting, and unnerving movie, forever burned into my head. And Nightmare Frames seems to look like the exact type of game that fits into this mold. It's a supernatural thriller where you'll step into the shoes of Alan Goldberg in the search for the scariest horror film of all time. An enthralling journey through the streets of the Hollywood of the 80s, a small haunted town, and even hell itself. So I'm really looking forward to this and, you know, playing the first episode. So let's dive right in and enjoy the show. Don't know why I sounded so husky now. Postmodern Adventures. Yeah, developers and publishers. So is this Spanish, actually? Yeah, this is from last year, but, well, you know. I mean, I'm such a small channel, I don't even have to be on top. The guys don't know that the lunatic is back. I have to warn them before it's too late. Oh my god, it's a slasher! They're not there. I just checked. I hope I find them alive. Moorstone Camp? Alright, love your outfit. It's very... No! Oh man, this is not for kids. Dana, Hank! Oh god! Never mind the other guy. Fuck him. Will! What have they done to you? I'm too late. Where's Tommy? Tommy! Is he the murderer? Alright, man, no legs, no feet, no stomach, I guess? It's horrible. Oh, there's Tommy. Tommy! Stacy, run! Run away! Let him go, you monster! Get out of here! He'll come for you! I can't take it anymore! You wind it up some other time. Okay. You glance towards the shelf and realize that a statuette awarded to Campfire Psycho at some festival you can't remember is missing. The breeze coming through the window reminds you that you used it as a doorstop for the hallway. So we're a writer for horror movie scripts. Okay, sorry for the delay. I had a few issues. There's a bug with certain point-and-click adventures that were basically the speech bubbles just speed up, like they flash, you know, so I can't read them at all. So we missed a little bit of information, but I guess this is our hero. And now I worked it out for this episode, hopefully for the next ones as well. We'll see. You don't usually check the end result of your scripts. Once you've delivered the last revision, you disengage yourself completely from the project and don't give a damn about anything producers or directors do with it. It's probably quite healthy. Even so, you show them off as a trophy and you wonder why. You don't have an answer. There's a tray. It's a complete disaster that you need to fix. Though the best thing would be to start anew. Ugh. People always say that those mass psycho movies write themselves, and it's something you've always agreed with, but failing to write the sequel to Lunatic is making you change your mind. The best thing you can do now is go outside and forget about writing for today. There's my mug. You can't remember how many times you filled it with coffee today. Trash can. Maybe I've thrown away the occasional brilliant page without realizing it. Well, that's probably not the case. IBM. You can't remember the last time you turned it on. It was to try out the latest sensation in computer narrative, a mind forever voyaging. The texts were good, but you got the feeling that the author was wasting his talent writing for computer games. Hey! Oh, I get it. It's a little What's in the box? New inventory item, 3D glasses. Oh, well. You've already flipped through that issue. George R. Romero tries to milk the success of Night of the Living Dead for a third time. A theatrical director from Chicago makes his movie debut with an adaptation of a H.P. Lovecraft short story for Charles Band's Empire. Lastly, an interview with Jenna Dreyfus, the Scream Queen from Campfire Psycho, in which, among other things, she talks trash about you. So here's the thing. I was born in the 80s, but I am not, and I'm a huge horror movie fan, but not B-movies. So a lot of those references, because I will not be able to distinct between real and fictional horror references in this, so it will be like... So if you notice something, feel free to tell me in the comments, because I like to learn. But yeah, slasher horror, B-movies, it's not my thing. You think about showing a couple of them to the police. Oh, fan mail. In particular, the one that threatens to shoot you with a sniper rifle, and the one whose author thinks the best way of ending your life is planting a bomb in this very apartment. But you know they're probably written by some harmless zit-ridden teenager too busy jerking off compulsively to an Eliza poster. TV. There's no channel that interests you enough to make you plug in the TV again. Damn, what kind of person are you? That's where you put your wallet. You take the wallet in the hopes of not misplacing it and forgetting about it again. It's a good thing you always carry a few bills in your jacket so you can pay for cabs. Yeah! Oh, there you go. 30 years ago, the trend was to watch certain movies through a pair of plastic glasses, one red and the other one blue, which created a 3D effect. Their popularity didn't last long. No, it didn't. In 1983, they brought back the same marketing gimmick. The joke wasn't as funny this time around. They also did this in the 90s, and it also didn't work. You're afraid they'll make the same mistake 30 years from now. No. 10 years. Awards. You glance towards the shelf and realize that a statuette awarded to Campfire Psycho at some festival you can't remember is missing. The breeze coming through the window reminds you that you use it as a doorstop for the hallway. Oh. President's Day Killer. Campfire Psycho. Okay. What's that? Melodies of Heaven. Did he do one serious one? Lunatic. Probably. You've marked the due date for the script of Lunatic 2 with a big red circle. Window. You look out the window. Movies taught you to love the streets of Los Angeles. Reality, to hate them. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Welcome to LA, United Taxi. Where do you want to go? When you get in a taxi, the drivers will talk to you. You can disable this feature in the options menu. Why not? Oh. Who's Alan? What's Ruskin Productions? Who's Peter Evans? What's Joe's Diner? Let's go with Alan's. Oh no! Wait. I just sat in the I got into the taxi and it was like, let's take me to this place. Bye! I hope he at least gave her a $5 or something for wasting her time. We're a two-man. Ruskin Productions. Come on, gentlemen. Splash the cash. You could be helping this poor man right here with all that dough you scrimp by hiring illegal aliens to take care of your lawns. Damn, okay. Just, trash can. Jack is probably taking anything that could be useful from there already. Oh, so this is Jack? Okay. Dave Morrison. What are you holding up there? First talk to Jack. Hi, Jack. Well, you here to insult me again? What? Again with that? Is this your way of saying hello or what? You told me your career was going downhill so hard that you would rather jump off the 6th Street viaduct than end up like me. Come on, Jack. Don't be resentful. Even if it did happen 12 days and 46 minutes ago, I don't like to be called resentful. Alright, for the umpteenth time. I'm sorry, umpteenth time. I've got the habit of saying what I think. That's not a virtue. The trick is to think about what you say. You know what, Ellen? You're a strange guy. You don't like people, you freak them out, and yet somehow nobody sends you packing. Anyway, how's it going? Awful. Glad to see you haven't lost that optimism you're known for. They showed one of the... Wait, he used to be like an actor or a writer? They showed one of your movies yesterday. Which one? The one with the fucking spiders or the one with the fucking ants? Spiders. And how did you know if you don't watch TV? I read it in the papers. Those movies are in the spotlight again with this whole 50s revival that's going on. And I still don't see a single cent from them. Not that I should anyway. The production company went bankrupt and who knows who's got the rights now. Some asshole must be making crazy money off my work while I'm here panhandling. And not long ago, a couple of journalists came for an interview for one of those magazines for wankers. What was it called? Starlog? I felt like a director again, telling them all about how those movies were made. Those were good times, Ellen. How's the day going? Nothing yet, but I've just gotten started. I got things to do, Jack. Behave, Ellen. Sign. You stand next to the taxi stop and wait for a free one to arrive. No! No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh man, it's always you. Ugh, you won't be in the mood for chit-chat right now. Well, who is he? Dave Morrison. Lawyers. You don't need a lawyer unless you get yourself in a mess. Actually, not to end up like Jack, you would need a good lawyer for contracts. Just saying. Alan, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad to see you. Again, James? You've got a little debate here. You're the erudite here. Give me a hand. Pam is saying that the Church of Mother Earth is a cult. It is? Oh, come on, not you two. You should stop by one day, Alan. As a guest, of course. We have exercise to improve one's mood and see life from a different perspective. I'd rather throw myself out that window. You're wasting your time, friend. How about you, Pam? Are you in? I don't get paid enough to put up with this. Oh, look at that, little birdie. Hi, Pam. How's the script going? Fine. I need to touch up a couple of things. Problems with the third act, right? Ugh. How did you know? I've been working with you for a long time, honey. When everything's going well, you barely say a word. When you try to explain yourself, it means something's wrong. The treatment already showed that you weren't too sure about the third act. But don't worry. We begin shooting next month. There's still time. Oop. Pam's using it. And given your aversion to computers, what did you intend to do? Oh, one of those people. For some reason you can't seem to grasp, Ruskin is proud of the first movies he produced, and that's why he placed the posters in the entrance hall of the production company. Christopher boasts about the originality of the movie, but to you it's nothing more than a Rear Window rip-off. The Night Ball? This looks like Dead Snow, or like the Bunker one. I've never watched that. I want to do it. It's like a cosmic horror with Nazis thing. Is this the one with John Carradine, or is that Shockwaves? You never remember. Shockwaves. Man, I don't know shit about this. Christopher's not in his office right now. But you're welcome there anytime, so go ahead. Oh. Also sorry for my reading. I can't do voices and I stumble over words a lot. I hope that's fine. You don't feel like a drink right now. Posters. You don't need them. You already have them at home. Desk. You take the bottle and hope Christopher won't miss it. Bottle of cologne? Okay. Look, there's Lunatic. You're fed up with these posters. They're the same ones that are hanging at your place. I'm sorry. You've surprised Ruskin talking to the plant once or twice. He argued that he was stimulating its growth. Yeah, it actually helps. It's scientific. It was a good moment to start a scientific debate, but you were not in the mood for wasting your time with someone who subscribes to quantum therapies and believes in reincarnation. You tried to rip one of the plant's leaves off, but they're firmly attached to the stem. Hey! Hey! Don't. You don't need to look at the current market trends and audience preferences of horror movie fans. It's clear to you. Blood and tits. Well, not all horror fans. Revising your own script is already hard enough. You're not going to read other people's. Okay, then let's go. I guess this was a waste of time. But we know there's a cult in town. And Alan... Oh, James. Wait, I'm Alan. I'm also bad with names, so... Yeah, this will be great. So James is part of a cult. He is very handsome, but... Yeah, not in the mood for cults. I mean, in a story always. You know. Alright. Mind if I smoke? It's a Havana cigar, the only good thing those communists have. It's not the only thing. Also, cigars stink. Anywhere, where to? Peter Evans' mansion. I need to get a... Ooh! Thanks for your cooperation, officer. Good evening. You look like Hitchcock. Oh, Goldberg. What a tragedy. What happened? Where's Evans? I'm afraid I've got bad news. Evans committed suicide. Whoop. What? We're in shock too. We can't seem to make sense of it. But... why would he commit suicide? He had everything a man could aspire to. We don't know what goes through other people's minds, Goldberg. Truth is, he seemed more short-tempered than usual lately. But who isn't in this city? What are you doing here? Evans had some essential documents we need in order to close the sale of the studio to the Japanese. The LA chief of police allowed me to go in and get them. Very kind of him. Hold on, you're selling the studio? That's the plan. They are in charge from now on. Lucky me, they want to keep the current corporate board. I had an appointment to talk about the project. Ah, yes, well, let's talk about it, okay? As you know, Evans was the only one protecting your project from the rest of the executives. Now that he's gone, I'm afraid he won't be following through with the movie. Anyway, I don't think it would have been made even with Evans, now that the studio will be in the hands of the Japanese. They're more Godzilla than Kurosawa, if you know what I mean. Is Kurosawa like a murderer? The trend is action heroes like Stallone or Schwarzenegger, otherwise movies like the ones Amblin is making. I'm afraid there won't be any room for high-budget dramas such as the ones you're proposing. We are grateful for Peter Evans' work. The studio pulled through its worst times thanks to him. But it's 1985, Goldberg. Teens rule the box office now. And they love horror. Always did. I hope you understand. Anyway, since you're here, I've got something to show you. I found this in the desk next to the office phone. Barry Landau pulls out a letter with a letterhead that reads Flying Saucer Pictures. It seems to be a small, low-budget studio focused on fantasy or horror movies. You can't grasp why Evans committed suicide, but even less why that was in his office. Peter Evans despised this kind of small producers that capitalized on making exploitation movies instead of making art. I don't know, those posters didn't look like art. It took a lot for you to stand up for yourself, given that you were responsible for several mass killer movies. Curious, isn't it? Evans dealing with this kind of scum. You know what? You can keep it. Your talents are more in line with this trash than with our studio. I've proven I can be more than a slasher screenwriter. Let me remind you, I was an Oscar nominee. Yeah, there was the drama like where the two people hold hands. And so was Cher last year. Yes, she's an icon. Shut up about it. Take it. My hand's getting tired. Don't dunk on Cher. I wish you much success in your career, Goldberg. You'll need it. Hollywood is changing. It's not the 70s anymore. What? Yeah, it's the 80s, so... what? If there was ever a chance to touch heaven in Hollywood again, it's gone. You're surprised to realize, though, that spending the rest of your career stuck in the B-movies business is the last thing you're worried about right now. Peter Evans was an important figure to you, not only because he believed in your project and tried to move heaven and earth to get it made. Peter Evans was the man you wanted to become. Wealthy, well-connected, and able to bring top-tier movie projects to life. Now he's dead. By his own hand. How's it possible for someone who had everything they wanted in life to end up like this? You look at the letter Barry Landau just gave you. Dear Mr. Evans, I do know what you are talking about, indeed. I thus beg you to handle this in person. You will surely understand that this matter should be dealt with discreetly. Kind regards, Glenn Bishop. You marvel at Peter Evans' luxurious mansion and still can't come to terms with the fact of his suicide. You can't understand what one of the most powerful executives in Hollywood could need from one of the most insignificant production companies in Los Angeles. Without the project that could have put you back in the spotlight with a script for a sequel that's going nowhere and no desire to make anything else, you decide to delve into why someone like Evans did what he did. Oh, so the project was something else than the lunatic sequel. I get it. New location, Flying Saucer Pictures. Hi, police officer. Officer. Sir. What happened in there? Nothing good. That guy, the movie guy, blew his brains out. You need to have a pair for that, don't you think? Do you know if he left a suicide note? You watch a lot of movies, don't you? Actually, I'll write them. More than 90% of the people who commit suicide don't leave any notes. It's a myth. Still, did he leave one? Why are you asking all those questions? Are you a journalist? No, I'm a screenwriter. I already told you. You can say you're a friend, dude. No one cares if you're a screenwriter. Have you written something I might have watched? Does Melodies of Heaven ring any bells? Are you kidding? You wrote that movie? What a snoozer. Mary, my wife, made me go watch it with her. I fell asleep. And that's my review. It's okay. She liked it though. I shouldn't be talking about this with you, you know. It's strictly police business. But to hell with that. If I can tell Mary, I've been talking to the writer of Melodies of Heaven. We're having some communication issues lately. This way we'll have something to talk about. As for the note, no, he didn't leave one. Anything else you want to know? TMI, dude. TMI. Was it really a suicide? You mean whether someone murdered him and made it pass for a suicide, right? I can see your screenwriter's mind at work. I'm afraid to disappoint you. Everything seems to suggest suicide. No doors or windows forced. According to my colleagues, the position in which he was holding the rifle looked natural. What are you guarding exactly? The crime scene. I thought you all left once the place was sealed. Soon everyone will know a big fish from the movies blew his brains out and this place will be crawling with journos. I don't know if you know them, but these guys will jump over fences for the chance to take a picture. I don't like the idea of standing here like one of those living statues on Sunset Boulevard. My thing is patrolling, but orders from above. Can I go in? Of course not. So why did you allow Barry Landau inside? Your friend? The one who just left? He's not my friend. Yeah, I saw how glad he was to get rid of you. Orders from above. He seems to have a good relationship with the boss. Is that legal? Letting a civilian into a crime scene? No way. He could tamper with the scene. Even take vital evidence. He did, right under your nose. He took some papers. And I'll file a complaint, don't worry about that. You could have denied him entry. I just told you. Orders from above. Yeah, Alan. Man, I'll file a complaint. Hey, how about we stop going in circles here? I'm aware the situation is anomalous, okay? It's probably not anomalous. I think whenever a famous person dies, there's a lot of, you know, bullshit like orders from above. Don't do this, don't do that. Okay, I'm leaving. Have a good day, sir. Alright. Rummaging through a patrol car in front of an officer of the law could be the worst idea you've come up with today. Well, well. Okay, then let's go to... What else did we have? Your face seems familiar. Haven't I given you a ride before? Do we want to go? Yeah, let's check the list off. Well, well. Who do we have here? He looks like an actor, I know, but I don't know the name. Crawled back out from your hole already? I see you're still in yours. Hey, Joe, doesn't this place have an admittance policy? Do you want me to kick him out, Vicky? Wow. He looks like the monster from Mr. Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Elm Street. No, not Nightmare Before Christmas, man. Mix them up. So, Vicky, what was that all about? I don't know what you're talking about. The dumb thing about the mission policy? Don't you have anything to say to me? I'm not in the mood for riddles. Cool it, Alan. Don't you owe me an apology? A week ago you were on a second date with Vicky, despite the disaster that was the previous one. And it was worse. You got drunk and started blabbering away. Good lord. You only remember ending up lying on the backseat of a taxi, soaked in the wine Vicky probably threw at you, before running away, and the strong pain in your cheek. So, in these moments you wish you were at your typewriter with all the time in the world to think of all the possible answers your characters might give. You try to choose the right words to tell Vicky, but this page will probably end up in the trash can. Anyway, let's drop the subject, okay? What did I say? Don't you remember? I hadn't felt so insulted my whole life, Ellen. But what on earth did I say? I won't repeat it. Hearing it once was enough. Keep it down, lovebirds. Aren't you going to tell me? It's not what you said, Ellen. The problem is, you did it again. You always manage to ruin a special night. I don't get your frustration, Ellen. You're not that man just starting out in Hollywood anymore. That was years ago. You've got a job, you make a living, and you've tasted success. What else do you want? You want to know what frustration looks like? I spent 5 years in Hollywood and I haven't gotten a single part yet. I'm 35 and share an apartment with two 20-somethings. They've barely been here for 2 months and one's already been on Cheers and the other is irregular in the Colbys. And that doesn't prevent me from showing the ones I love some respect, you know? Alright, I'm sorry. I apologize if I offended you. No! No, not the if. Just apologize. What? What's that if? Of course you offended me. You're better at hurting people than at writing scripts, you know? And the worst thing about it is, God, I'm such an idiot that I'd hang out with you again tonight. But it's over, Alan. I don't need this kind of relationship in my life right now. I don't blame you for it. I can barely stand myself. I can't stand him. I don't like Alan. Try to see life as it is, Alan. You have to pull your weight if you want things to work between us. For a moment you think about apologizing again, this time in a less apathetic and more sincere way. But you know it won't change Vicky's mind, so you decide to spare her the words. Just as a gesture, no matter if you have a date again, just tell her that you're sorry that you've been such an asshole. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Ugh. Good lord. Good lord, this man. Have you been to any castings this week? 3. And it's always the same, either too young or too old. Why don't you get her into one of your movies? I tried. Twice. Associate producers get their lady friends in. I can't do anything about that. You're not pushing hard enough. That's not how it works, Joe. I'm just the screenwriter and... But why am I explaining myself to you? Why are you barging in on our conversation? Because Vicky's worth a lot. She's a good actress. I know she's good. Very good. Yeah? She was as good as you say. We've already have seen her in that lunatic movie. Let it be, Joe. Alan is right. Why are you defending him? Are you so infatuated with him that you swallow everything he says? Excuses. If he'd wanted you, you would have been in one of his movies already. Please, Joe. It's your life, and it's none of my business. But you haven't stopped meddling. I only want the best for my employees, okay? Man, that's an unusual superior. Is that clear? Also, I don't think scriptwriters have a lot of pull in movies. I really think that the directors, the main cast, and the producers have a lot more to say. Yeah, let's not push what I said. I was just a dick. Don't, you know, wallow. You don't need anything from Billy. Let him enjoy this burger. What's up, Mac? Wow, you're alive. I was already thinking that the police had knocked down your door and found the cat eating your corpse. I don't have a cat. I hate them. Oh my god, Alan, I hate you. Thought it'd be a good end for me. Feeling optimistic today, are we? I'm glad to see you, friend. What can I help you with? What are you writing? A review of the new Twilight Zone. I already know what you're going to reply, but I know a couple of guys at CBS who owe me some favors. Aren't you interested in writing an episode for the series? You want me to work on TV? I don't want to end my days being a TV writer. Man, that aged poorly. Come on, Alan. TV is changing. Even William Friedkin directed an episode. And maybe in the future you'll have more freedom writing for TV than for the movies. I know practically everyone in the job and you could shine there. I appreciate it, but I won't insist. But if you ever change your mind, here I am. Meg knows people, wartmonger. Maybe if you worked in TV, you wouldn't complain so much. Yeah, I don't get the... What's the hang-up, Alan? Oh, shut up. Man, he wrote one Oscar movie and then just B horror movies. Doesn't really matter if he writes for TV. I see somebody's happy to see me. Why wouldn't I? Okay, you mean Joe. He thinks highly of you, but you know him. Ah, you're referring to Vicky. I'm not meddling in other couples' affairs. We're not a couple. You would be if you weren't so... Bah, whatever. It's none of my business. Carry on with your thing. I like Meg. I would have liked to play as Meg. You don't know any of the bands on there, but they're very popular with the kids. You have no idea who the Bangers are. Duran Duran sounds like a character from Barbarella, and you think the Cars is the worst possible name for a rock band. Alan, you're the worst possible protagonist for an indie horror game. I hate you so much. Joe doesn't consider you famous enough to take a picture with you. Well, good for Joe. Minigame? The arcade machine only works with coins. Okay, exit. Let's go. Let's go to that weird little studio. With our horrible... Have you heard about Rock Hudson? Yes, I have. I had such a crush on Rock Hudson when I was younger. And I bought all the Doris Day movies he did. Because he was so charming and dashing in them. And I loved the movies. They were really... So here's the thing about those old screwball comedies. And I'm not saying they don't do it like this anymore, but there was a rhythm to the jokes, you know, and the wit in the scripts. And you have it with a lot of shows, but not all of them. But they were so expertly written, like absolutely amazing. I mean, there are movies of their time, so sometimes you stumble over something that's like, but the writing itself just crisp. Okay, flying saucer pictures, let's go. So thank you, Taxi Driver 2. Oh, remind me of that. Damn. Is that a joke? Rubble. If this is the right address, there's no trace of flying saucer pictures here. So talk to the guy in the cool outfit. Hey friend. I don't know what they told you, buddy, but I don't sell anything. Nobody's told me anything. I don't even know who you are and what you do for a living. Though I can't guess the letter. I don't know. Dancer? That's a cool outfit. Oh, can you? What do you want, buddy? I'm looking for the Flying Saucer Pictures offices. Flying what? This is 451 Roadside Avenue, right? Dunno, I guess, man. I think there should be an office here instead of this rubble. Oh yeah, fuck. The movies guy. What a fucking bastard. They say he was the one who caused the building to collapse, just so he could collect their insurance money. A gas leak or something. The asshole could have blown up half the street. You gotta be a real son of a bitch to do something like that, huh? Yeah. Do you know where I can find this guy? His name is Glenn Bishop. No idea, man. Hope you'll find him, but behind bars. That's where he belongs. Do you know anybody who could point me to Glenn Bishop's whereabouts? The owner of the pawn shop, but he's not here right now. I think he's testifying at the police station. A problem with some jewels or something. He left his cousin in charge of the shop, but he's kinda dumb. Don't waste your time with him. What about the laundromat? Maybe they know something? You've never seen one of those? They're completely unmanned. You go in, insert a coin, and wash your clothes. Clearly, you have someone to do it for you. I think that's all. Okay, man. He was really nice, and I'm a dick, so... These guys are acting sketchy. What? They're just having a conversation. Casually, you position yourself to eavesdrop on them. You pay attention to the conversation. Embarrassed, you step away from them when you realize the man on the right is trying to convince the other one that Missing in Action 2 was shot before the first part, but premiered afterwards. Yeah! Yeah, Alan. I hope you're embarrassed right now. Jesus. You don't need anything from Fred's pawn shop, but you now know where to find one such store in case you need it. Okay. So do we go to the police station now? I should give you a discount. Where do we go? Site? What is site? Oh. Man, again with her? Whenever she's in the taxi, man, you said you were a screenwriter, didn't you? I've got an idea for a movie. I tell you on the way. Amazing. So what do I do now? Back to my apartment? Damn. People always say that those masked psycho movies write themselves, blah blah blah. So what do I... No, I can go back to the office to talk to Pam, maybe. So you work in the movies, huh? Do you know Sylvester Stallone? I do not. Oh, who's that? Who's Neil Gordon? I told you I wasn't going to grant you an interview, so you can leave the bench free for whoever else needs it. You made that pretty clear last time, Mr. Goldberg. Oh, well, hello, Neil. Looking good there. It's hard to forget. You were quite blunt. But I'm not here for you. I'm trying to interview Christopher Ruskin. Couldn't you? No. I'm such an asshole. I'm such a giant piece of asshole. Are you busy? Always am. What do you need? Any messages for me? A couple of Eliza fans called. Did they now? What the hell do they want? Oh, that's not the Elvira reference. It's probably the actress. See, you're dead. Seriously, Ellen, what did you do to that girl? Nothing. I just said in an interview that she doesn't care about horror movies. Just like you. And that the only reason she's on TV is to show skins so her idiotic fans can jerk off. Ellen, you suck so much. Oh, I remember that interview now. You foresaw a good career for her as a stripper if they cancel her show. Good lord, Ellen! Damn right. Always making friends. Any other messages? Yes. The guys from Astounding FX want to meet you. Astounding FX? What the heck is that? They're the new makeup effects company we've hired for Lunatic 2. They're really good. Good for them. They've turned down working on the sequel to A Nightmare on Elm Street to make our movie, just because you wrote it. Oh really? What an honor. Come on, Ellen, don't be like that. Just stop by. They want to show you the new look for the Lunatic and get your thumbs up. They could make the Lunatic wear a William Shatner mask for all I care. Have Christopher give them the go-ahead. They're in high demand, and they cut their rates to work for in the film. So drop by, let them show you whatever they want to show you, and take a picture with them with that lovely forced smile of yours. Is that an order? No, but these guys deserve a thank you. Mark and Wayne are a charm. Do it for me, would you? Nah. Fine, I'll see what I can do. New location, alright. Alan. Man, if you die, I don't give a shit. Any ideas about the third act? You never asked for advice on your scripts. That's interesting. What's the issue with the ending? The confrontation is identical to the original. Everything happens on the docks in exactly the same way. Let's see. We've got the Greer family, right? They have to do with the origins of the Lunatic. We said we'd leave that for the next sequel. Don't worry about that. Just place the action there, reveal the origins of the character, and move the climax to the barn. And come up with something for the next one. Bingo! Problem solved! But you're not going to get around to it today. Cool! Thank you, Pam. I need to go clear my mind. It'll do you good. Pam, you should write movies. You're also so much nicer than Ellen. Douche bro Ellen. Okay, let's go to the new location. Do I like horror movies? I love them! Have you seen The Mutilator? Okay, Astounding F... Ooh! Cool. Hello? What the... What? Oh my god. I love it! Brains. More brains. Shit. I told Pam I didn't want to come yet, damn it. Brains! Look, pal, I don't have the time for your antics. Open the door, I'm leaving. Knock it off, Gabe. Okay. And put some music on. What a party pooper. Sorry, buddy. We do it to everyone who comes in here. Man, that's amazing! Again without Gabe. Why did we even buy the Twisted Sister album then? Bah! Wow, you're an iceberg. You didn't even flinch. Just a moment, I'm going to let some light in. I love him. I hope he lives. Well, what can I do for Alan Goldberg? Oh wow, I didn't recognize you with that beard, man. It's a pleasure to have you here. Come on, come with me. What do you think of the Lunatic's new look? Rad, right? We're using a new translucent material that withstands light very well and gives the sensation of real skin on camera. It also allows for deeper coloring, whereas with other materials you are limited to a superficial color layer. Man, cool. We're among the very first ones to use it, although I think Gordon Smith is also experimenting with it. So do you like it? Do we have your thumbs up? Honestly, the only thing that interests you about writing horror scripts is collecting a paycheck once the job is done. Ugh, Ellen, just shut up. The look of the Lunatic is impressive, but you'd feel exactly the same if it were a sock with two balls for eyes operated by a puppeteer. Man. Why does he have to be the protagonist? Like, I get it. Usually in point and clicks, the protagonists are snarky and everything, but... Oh man, I love enthusiastic, good-natured protagonists. It's just, that's my jam. You know, that's just someone who gets really excited about stuff and is really happy about it. Yeah, I can relate. Yes, you have my blessing. Wow, it's such an honor. I don't know if you know this, but we took this job instead of the Nightmare on Elm Street sequel because of you, man. You write awesome movies. For me, you are the best horror screenwriter nowadays. Oh yeah? Yeah, dude. Well, it's a little bit pissed. It's a lot of reading, sorry. Because he thinks Freddy Krueger is going to be a new horror movie icon. Yeah, they really messed up with this decision. Fuck Wayne and fuck Freddy Krueger. The Lunatic is the new Michael Myers, huh? Well, since you're here, can we take a picture with you? Yeah, sure. Be nice. Also, so cool, right? like the individual things here. There used to be a show, Face Off, which was all about special effects makeup, and you know, the prosthetics and everything. And I was obsessed with it. Like it was one of my favorite reality shows ever, because it was so interesting to see how they do. Like, and they had horror challenges and fantasy, and for kids and for adults, and then also aged makeup, which always looks shitty. I think I recently saw in The Last of Us. No, it's a slight spoiler, but not really. So in the first episode, you see an old lady. That is makeup, and that looks amazing. Like, that's one of the very few age makeups where it did not have any idea there was age makeup, because usually you see it. And I also think in the third episode, there is also age makeup involved, which is very well done. But it's so difficult because usually you just see it. You know, if they put on aged makeup on a young person, you just see it. So yeah, it was really, the Face Off show was really cool because they explained a lot how it works, you know, and like as someone who has no idea, it was super interesting to see. Anyways, sure, of course. You have been to a couple of horror film conventions, and forcing a smile while posing for pictures with friends is just as awkward and embarrassing for you as walking down the street naked. Oh man, I'm such an ass. Some other time, okay? Wait, but I said sure, okay. I said sure, okay. No problem, man. Well, make yourself at home, pal. I'm gonna keep working on an effect that'll make Ruskin shit his pants when he sees it. I'll be around if you need me, okay? Every night I rock myself to sleep. I don't know the melody, so that's what you get. Makes you want to touch it and see that it is not a poor deformed bastard taking a nap rather than a spectacular special effect. I could have said that. He would have been so happy. You get closer and see the level of detail and realism of each and every one of the prostheses. Meat mask. Cool. Even though you know it's a special effect, you don't want to touch it. Betsy. Betsy is impressively realistic. That's so cool. Look, Crunchy. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch. Oh! You know, pretty cool, huh? The Crunchies have been so successful that the production company commissioned us to make a prototype toy with them. The lines are placeholders. I don't think they will pass the filter. You know what that reminded me of? There's a... How's it called? God damn it, it's about two kids. It's an 80s movie. It's a B movie, actually, but it's one of the few that I really enjoyed. It has a very simple name that I can't remember. And they conjure up, like, basically like a demonic ritual, and those little thingies crawl out. I will link to the trailer in my video description, because that's... I mean, I haven't seen this movie for a very long time. The Gate, yes. But I really enjoyed it as a kid, and I think the special effects were really cool, because here's the thing. My personal opinion on special effects, CGI is very important to polish, but puppets and special effects makeup and prostheses and all that just gives it more, and it sounds, you know, counterintuitive, but it looks so much more real, and it stands the test of time. If you have puppets, you know, if you have very well made puppets, it always will look better than CGI. Like watching like the old Lord of the Rings movies now, you know, it's like, man, you see the CGI and it's like so in your face, you know, and there's movies that are only 10 years old and they already look like shit. And then you watch Alien, which was heavily made with a lot of prosthetics and puppets. I mean, the whole alien creature was an entire big costume, you know, and it looks amazing. It looks fucking amazing. So, you know, I think this will never die out, because I think it will always... And then CGI can be made to be put on the, you know, to carve out the details and whatnot. But I think it will always be a big part because it looks so much better. Okay, went over. Zombie. The realism of the creature is so impressive that for a moment you fear it will come to life and try to scare you like the idiot that greeted you. Look, there's someone else next to Crunchy. That's a little devil puppet. Mold. Do not touch it. The material is still drying. Okay. So is that it? Do we have anything to discuss, Mark? Wow, dude. I still can't believe Alan Goldberg is here to see us. Have you been doing this for long? Makeup? My whole life. My mother says that when I was 2 years old, I was already zombifying my toys. Professionally, about 4 years. Things have gone well for me. Do you only work on horror films? Yeah, man, we've turned down some big non-genre projects. Horror is our passion. We didn't get into this because we were inspired by Barbra Streisand's makeup growing up, you know. I know, what... I like a versatile crew because I think you can learn a lot with more subtle makeups that you can then, you know, put onto horror makeups or fantasy makeups or sci-fi. So, you know. But well, so you're horror fans. Fans? Horror films are our passion. When we're not working, we travel to horror conventions and festivals to soak ourselves in the genre. We love horror films. They have history. We know everything about them. Okay. You know, I'm a fan, but I'm not a hardcore fan. I'm not the kind of personality that can keep all dates, that wants to watch everything. Like, I don't need to be a completionist when it comes to movies and in general stuff, you know. I just watch what I enjoy. So, I'm a huge horror fan, but I would never be a hardcore fan. Make yourself at home, man. Yeah, but that's really all there is, right? Don't even think about it. If a fire were to break out, the extinguisher could save the business and even the lives of those who work here. Okay. I think that's it then, right? Exit. I came to Hollywood to be an actor. Oh man, I'm still on it. Okay. Maybe back to the site? Is the pawn shop... You don't need anything, but you now know where to find such a store? The Russians have a new president. Oh, you know what? I would fix the Cold War thing in a week. I'll explain. Oh. So where do I go now? Ah, there we go. Alan! I've heard the news. What a shame, huh? Indeed. Does that mean your project fucked up? Yeah. I don't want to sound careless at a time like this, but this is good news for Ruskin Productions. Our Alan isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I don't have much of a choice. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Do you know what I was staring at through the window when you got here? The city at 4 feet, right? Makes you feel powerful. Oh, your feet. I said 4 feet. You're impossible. Come here. Look towards Sunset Strip. That billboard ad on the corner by Tower Records. What do you see? A brown and blue blot. Come on, Alan. What do you want me to see? The sun's reflecting off the window and I can't see a damn thing. It's the lunatic poster on Sunset Boulevard. Do you know what that means? We can afford it. We're making big money thanks to you. Do you know where I've been today? Surprise me. I'm meeting with Toynek. They're releasing an action figure line of horror monsters. And you know who's going to be the star? The lunatic. They're all along the same lines, Ellen. Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger. And thanks to the movie's success, they want your creation to be the star figure. Isn't it wonderful? A lunatic toy. Wonderful. Man, it brings a lot of money. I know it's not the figurine you'd like to have in your hands, but we're on the way, Ellen. We'll soon be able to afford higher budget movies as well as other genres. The day will come when you can write anything you want, and I will gladly produce it. But the success of horror movies is what will allow us to take bigger risks. Oh shit, it's a pretty straightforward something, sorry. I'm sick of writing the same thing over and over, Christopher. That's all. I know. But you're so good at it. We've won awards thanks to you. And I'm not letting you go. And now, if you'll allow me, I'm going to keep admiring our future. Alright. Do you have a moment? Sure. First of all, how's the script going? Remember to do whatever you want with it. You know there won't be any sort of interference on my part. I trust you completely. Man, that's the dream, isn't it? But yeah, now that we got help from Pam, I've got issues with third act, nothing I can't fix. Good old writer's block, huh? Think of something shocking. You've got time, there's still a month to go before we start shooting. What do you want to tell me? Does Crosby always have to be here? Oh well, let's drop it, okay? I don't mind a star hanging around this office. Oh, so he's an actor. Well, that's why he's in a cult. They always are kind of weird. It bothers me that they try to recruit everyone and their mother into their cult. You know what? Sometimes I wonder if it would be a good idea to join them. Are you serious? Isn't that all that pseudoscience you believe in enough for you? They have power in Hollywood, Alan. Lots of power. Oh, is this supposed to be like Scientology? They could help Ruskin Productions take off for good. Don't do it. Don't do it. Look, I don't want to hear it. Just an idea. I don't think I'll do it. Does Glenn Bishop ring any bells? Glenn Bishop. He's got a small production company, Flying Saucer Pictures. I recall some RKO producer from the 40s. Are we talking about the same person? No, I don't think so. Damn. Okay, nothing else. We're gonna strike it rich, Ellen. Sights. Though low, the powerful California sun blinds you when looking through the window. Okay. Hi, James. Pam brought me up to speed. Lunatic too, huh? Wow, you must be happy. He looks creepy handsome. Oh yeah, I can't stop jumping for joy. Come on, Ellen. Everyone's talking about the movie. It's a success so far. I even heard rumors over at Warner. Rumors? They want David Draven, the director, to shoot the next Stallone movie. Though Sly wants to keep George P. Cosmatos. Anyway, Lunatic's the talk of the town. And did you hear anything about the screenwriter? No, I'm sorry. Yeah. What are you working on now? I've taken a couple of months off, haven't stopped shooting lately. Though Martin's been calling. Who's Martin? Scorsese. Scorsese? He wants me in his next movie. Paul will be there too. Paul what? Paul? McCartney? Newman? I haven't made up my mind yet. I've also been talking to Brian. Brian May? De Palma? Hey Alan, are you pulling my leg? I don't know what to do. I might consult with Steven. Spielberg. Good. Oh, what do you do in that cult exactly? Again with that? We're not a cult, we're a legally constituted church, yeah. Okay, call it whatever you want, but what do you do there? We're not allowed to talk about it. Come by one day and see for yourself. See? Sounds like a cult. How's that a way of advertising yourselves? Just imagine I drop by one day and end up with melted wax on my chest and 4 octogenarians ready to abuse me. What? Excuse me, what? Haha. Hilarious. For your information, that would never happen. Is that from Rosemary's Baby? What kind of reference was that? Rosemary's Baby? The teachings of the Church of Mother Earth are based on kindness and common good. Do you really think the Earth is a living being? Of course. What seems odd to me is for people as clever as you not to believe it. Mother Earth's always been sending signals, but we never paid attention until she chose Joseph as her intermediary. She speaks through him? Yes. Tells him what to do? Exactly. Let's drop the subject. I'm feeling insulted. Why? You're treating me like a 4-year-old. Say yo. Alright, think about it. What should I think about? Well, Pam, as we were saying, we're not saying anything. Man, Pam is so pretty. Jesus. But the women are all pretty. But also, thank you developers, the guys also don't look too bad. Even Alan, like, he's not my type, but he has this rugged, typical thing. He looks like, you know, a different version of Alan Wake, but then they all those protagonists look like the same dude in different, you know, versions. Do you want to talk to Jack about something new? Why are you begging? I've always wondered why you beg in a place like this. Sorry, I need to stop this episode. My mouth is like... I don't like to hustle from common people. It's hard enough for them to just earn a living. Ah, but here, look at all those yuppies. Check out their hands. Look, they're perfect. Most of them waste so much money on manicures. They do fuck all. They make all their money through speculation. If I've got to fleece someone, I'd rather it be them. These people are not the kind to give handouts, Jack. They don't even see you. That's what you think? Check this out. You all cheer for USA, for Africa, and all those stars going, we are the world, but fuck those of us standing right here. Huh. Hypocrites. There, mister. Try not to waste it on booze. I waste it on cocaine like you do, but I don't think I'd be able to afford it. Have a good day. $5. That's my day made. See? Alright. I've got things to do. Don't forget when writing the third act, move the action to the Greer farm and reveal the origins of the character. Your loyal Olivetti Lederer 32. Same model Francis Ford Coppola used to write, for example, the magnificent scene of Zoloso's death at the hands of Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Oh, jeez. It's a very versatile machine. It can also be used to give teenagers dumb lines and make skimpily dressed girls head straight towards danger instead of running in the opposite direction. So what do I do now? Can I phone someone? No. Pam's given you a good solution for the third act. You get to it some other time. Vicky, what do you want, Ellen? Oh shit. Can I know what I said during dinner? You should know. I should, but the thing is I don't. Then try to remember. Joe! Hey, Joe! When are you going to add me to the Wall of Fame? No offense, Ellen, but you're no celebrity. You're a screenwriter. Can't a screenwriter be a celebrity? No. It's like taking a picture with a lighting technician. Ooh. What about William Goldman? Don't you know him? No. See? A screenwriter can't be a celebrity. A new machine? That one? Yeah, it's one of those modern thingamajigs with touch panels. It has quizzes for smart asses like you. It's not exactly a hit so far. Kids prefer to shoot spaceships. They're coming to change it tomorrow. If you want to try it out, do it today. But let me warn you, there are no prizes. Can I ask you a personal question? Let's see. Are you happy in that kitchen? You're asking if I'm happy? Well, you're here day and night, always completely soaked in sweat, and I thought... You thought? Mr. Hollywood thought. You don't think this is a decent job? Is that what you're suggesting? No, not at all. Look, Mr. Smarty Pants, I started in this business when I was 14. I spent my whole life working for others and putting up with everyone's shit. I always wanted to be my own boss and to open a place like this. It's always been my dream, and it's as worthy as yours of making it to the Mount Olympus of cinema legends, okay? I didn't mean to offend you, Joe. Bah! Good for you, Joe. He probably didn't mean to offend it, but, you know, he's such a dick, so he deserves it. Aren't you gonna order a drink? No thanks. Ah. Exit. Oh, I checked out your fanzine. Oh yeah? I skimmed it before trashing it. Most kind of you. Judging by what I read, you do write quite well. Quite well. You got talent, kid. Why do you waste it writing about these kind of movies? Do you want some advice? Take your writings and bring them to Variety or The Hollywood Reporter. You'll land a job. But please get a haircut and wear something else. Don't go in there looking like that. Jesus, Ellen! You tell me how to dress, what to write about, anything else? Yes, take off those earrings. Are you going to wait here all day? It's my day off. When I see Mr. Ruskin come out, I'll try to get my interview. I hope he's nicer than you. Anyone is nicer than Alan. Hope the wait isn't too bad. Yeah, well, goodbye, Mr. Goldberg. Police officer, police tape, a closed fence, and aversion to trouble are the factors dissuading you from trying to break into Peter Evans' home. Can I use this? You'd have to wait until Officer Jackson stops guarding the entrance to do whatever you want to do. Okay. Officer, sir? What are you guarding exactly? The crime scene. I thought you all left once the place was sealed. So we have to do something with him. Stripping off plaques from celebrity mansions is something only a brain-dead tourist would do. Anke Cinnamon? Even though he disparaged horror movies, Evans named his mansion after 1932's The Mummy, a tribute to the first movie he watched in a theater and the one which made him fall in love with his seventh art. Okay. In your opinion, there's no reason to have the lights on right now, except to give Officer Jackson some extra sense of authority. Officer Jackson has spent 25 years in the Los Angeles Police Department with a flawless service record. Happily married, his dream was to have a kid and get promoted to police inspector. The former was biologically impossible. Aw, and he enjoys patrolling the streets so much that he ended up letting go of the latter. Peter Evans' majestic mansion rising up from the ground makes you realize it's not fame, you see, not even the long-awaited Oscar. Your motivation to keep fighting is to become one of them, but alive, of course. Couldn't I tell the journal? Like, that would be what I would do. Neil Gordon is a horror movie enthusiast who manages, writes, and publishes a small fanzine called Terror Zone. He thinks you are one of the best current horror screenwriters and he's dying to interview you. But reading your words in a magazine made of loosely stapled photocopies doesn't match your concept of an interview. Ugh. I'm just such an asshole. I'm such an asshole. What's your interest in Ruskin? I'm working on a special issue about new horror movie producers. Christopher Ruskin is one of them. Don't kill yourself. Ruskin's no more than a producer of exploitations. He doesn't give a damn about horror cinema. You think so? I work for him. If he didn't give a damn about horror movies, he wouldn't have you as a screenwriter. You ready yourself to answer with a conclusive, I'm not a horror movie screenwriter! But that's what you are. Or give us new movies, larger and larger budgets. Or hire the best stand-up-and-coming VFX technicians out there. He knows what he's doing. Good luck then. I hope Ruskin won't send you packing, which is what I'd do. I don't think so. Brian Usner didn't. Neither did Robert Shea, Glenn Bishop, or Charles Band. Producers tend to be nicer than certain screenwriters. Hold on. Did you say Glenn Bishop? Ah! Glenn Bishop, yeah. Do you know where I could find him? Are you serious? He makes video movies. Very low budget ones. If you want to waste your time, so be it, but I would keep working for Ruskin Productions. It's not that. I just want to talk with him about certain matters. I'd ask again, do you know where I can find him? And don't tell me Roadside Avenue. No, he's not there anymore. He had some problems with a gas leak. Or at least that's what he tried to convince me of. Rumor has it that he already had a new office when the accident happened. So he's now at... Let's make a deal. Get me an interview with Ruskin and I'll tell you where to find Bishop. Tell me and I'll talk to Ruskin. Do you think I was born yesterday? Given your age? Almost. How old are you exactly, kid? 20. Oh. I take back that I said he looks hot, you know. He's a kid. Ruskin is not going to grant an interview to a fanzine. This is my offer. Okay, well then let's go. I want to go out for the first episode with a little bit of a bang. You know, so I want to find that Glenn Bishop, maybe. Hopefully. Alright. There's a kid who wants to interview you. Oh yeah? Variety? The Hollywood Reporter? Some fanzine. Ah, some fanzine. Not interested. The kid adores you. I don't know why, but he does. Oh yeah? He says you're more than just a producer of exploitations, that you know what you're doing. Of course I am. I try to hire the best. Those were his words. Yeah? And he knows how to write. He's as good as any film journalist you may know. Maybe even better. And damn, does he know how to negotiate. You know what, Ellen? Lately I've been thinking about hiring a press officer. That would free up Pam a bit. She's already has a lot on her plate. You say the kid's good? Check for yourself. Accept the interview. Every time I've trusted your gut, it's been good for me, so... Yes. You can tell him to come by. Alright. But not today. It's been a busy day. Tomorrow 10 AM. Is that okay? Whatever suits you best? Settled then. Tomorrow 10 AM. Also, sorry that I have the same voice for every character, but it's more about emoting for me, and if I have to concentrate on different character voices, the emotions will get lost, so... There. Ruskin has agreed to the interview. Really? I put in a good word for you. He's even thinking about hiring you as his press officer. I'm not interested. I already have a job. What do you do for a living? I'm a mechanic. Oh! How much do you make a month? Doesn't matter. Don't answer. Ruskin would double it, even triple it. If I accept the job, it would conflict with my reviews of any movie by the production company. And you're not a sellout, right? Damn right. Is that fancy that important to you? It's my whole life. Are you listening to yourself? You have the chance to earn a ton of money, work for an up-and-coming production company, and attend horror movie shoots. Are you going to miss out on that? Anybody interested in the horror genre would kill for a job like that. You can balance the job and the fanzine. Okay, I'll think about it. When do I get to interview him? Tomorrow, 10 AM. Thanks a lot, Mr. Goldberg. And now, where can I find Glenn Bishop? Mansfield Avenue, number 13. Yay! Great. I'd thank you if I hadn't had to barter. This is Hollywood. I guess that can be used to justify anything. Anyway, I've nothing else to do here. I'm off, Mr. Goldberg. Thanks for your help. You know what I don't get? He's like, oh, you could make up so much money. Try to dress decently tomorrow, not like a criminal. It's an interview. I know. Jesus. A job interview. Take off those earrings. Alan, shut the fuck up. Man. He's so disappointing. He's really disappointing. Anyways, like, he was like, you can make so much money and it's so cool, but he doesn't take the TV jobs. So I don't get, you know, Alan, you know, just really... Ooh, be careful, there's many cults popping up. In the 70s it was Satanism, now it's that New Age thing. This city is ridden with loonies. Okay, let's go to Glen Bishop! I don't give a damn if you did everything you could, Tony. Your job is to do the impossible. No. No! Where the hell am I going to find... Who the hell are you? How did you get in here? My name is Alan Goldberg. The door was open. Tony, give me a minute. No, don't hang up. Are you here to help? What? Do you want to help? Because if you haven't come to help, you can get the hell out of here. Sorry. I wanted to talk to you about Peter Evans. Ah, yes, that poor bastard. I just heard about it. The harder they fall, huh? He was just here last week. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Now is not a good time. My director couldn't think of anything else to do but to celebrate the start of the shoot of Bloody Cabin 2 with the lead actresses last night. And you know how? By overdosing on speedball. Do you know what a speedball is? Good old John Belushi sure did. And you know how he ended up? Dead! Which is how these two poor bastards will end up if they don't make it out of the intensive care unit. Serves me right for hiring goddamn junkies. So, Mr. Goldberg, Alan Goldberg. I have a film crew standing around with their arms crossed and myself am on the verge of a nervous breakdown, so unfortunately I'm unable to assist you at this time. I might be able to help. Oh yeah? How? I'm a screenwriter. I work for Ruskin Productions. I have contacts. Ah, you are in the business. In just a sec. Tony! Are you still there? Good. Because I'm considering making changes to Flying Saucer Pictures. Would you like to work for me, Mr. Goldman? No, I'm sorry. I work for Ruskin Productions, I've already told you. Just a sec. Tony! Fire you? Who's talking about firing you? So you want to help? Good. I need a director with experience. One who won't waste my time. If you find one, send him directly to 1864 Canmore Avenue. Have him skim through the script and start shooting. I will talk to him later about the money. I need an actress as well. But I need to see her first. Does she have a photo book? I don't care if she can act or not. If she does, so much the better. But that's not important. You understand what I'm looking for, right? Oh, and one more thing. I need both of them. No actress, no movie. No director, no movie either. And if they are not unionized, so much the better. You said you have contacts, huh? I trust you. And now if you'll excuse me, Tony! There's a guy here who's going to solve the issue. I should pay him instead of you for trying. What? Put that idiot on the phone. I have them, but this will be the next episode. So the Vicky could be the actress, and then Jack could be the director. Alright, so I will end this episode here. I think that's a good saving spot. So first, save. Okay, first impression. I really enjoy this. This plays like a very classic point and click because I recently played a first impression video of Dreams in the Witch House, which I mentioned in the opening of this video. And this was an open world horror with a lot of RPG elements, like you had to study and you got points and you got health and whatnot. And this is more the classic of you collect just random shit that's lying around. You have conversations, you unlock certain next steps. I think it's quite linear, at least given that the game is supposedly about 6 to 7 hours long. And so far it's been very linear. I really enjoy it. Like, I hate Ellen with the passion of 1,000 suns, but I think he's a great grumpy asshole character. You know what he reminds me of? There's this amazing adaptation of Stephen King's short story The Night Flyer, and there the protagonist is a grumpy asshole journalist. He's like really, he's the worst, and this Alan here reminds me so much of that dude because it's really, I hated this character, so I hate Alan. It fits perfectly. But I think, you know, what I love about it, you can tell that the developers, the writers, they're really into horror movies. And even though I will not catch 70% of all the references, I still appreciate it, you know, because it gives the world more detail. It's more, it feels more vibrant. I love that Alan is like, yeah, I don't give a shit. It's kind of hilarious, and everyone else is like, horror is the best, horror is amazing, I love it, and he's just like, oh, I hate it. And it's just, yeah, it's very well written. The humor, you know what, it tickles me. For me, and I said this before, point and click humor can be really cringy for me, to outright awkward and make me uncomfortable. But I think here, the humor is more in absurd situations and not in the witty character, which I actually appreciate. And given the intro of this game, I guess this will get very bloody and very dark, you know, so I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, so I enjoy myself a lot, and I can't wait to play the next episode to see, you know, what will happen with Nightmare Frames. So that's the question. I don't know anything about this game, you know, but given that what we read, that it's about some secret movie or something, Nightmare Frames, you know, and I made the connection to cigarette burns. Because that's the first one you have in mind when it comes about cursed videos, you know. I mean, next to Ring, but this cigarette burns plays more in the B horror movie field, so it fits more. And so maybe either Nightmare Frames is the movie that they will shoot, but I guess it is a movie that already exists and that Peter Evans saw, and that's why he killed himself. Because it was so horrible. So yeah, I can't wait to watch that movie. What did you think? How do you like it so far? What do you like? What don't you like? How do you like Alan? Do you think he's a great protagonist? Do you dislike him as much as I do? Or do you think I'm overdoing it a little bit? Also, given the many very attractive people in this game, who's the hottest? I'm actually interested, honestly. So far, I don't have someone where I would say, oh yeah, I'd go for that one, because the cult person, that's just immediate, you know. I think Pam is very attractive. So yeah, but we'll see if we maybe get to know some more hotties in this. Also, if you're new to this channel, you know, I play a lot of indie horror games, usually very short ones, but occasionally, like this one, I play a longer Let's Play. Especially for, like, point and click horror is just, man, I love it. But in general, you know, like exploration, story heavy horror games, that's my jam. And if you like it, you know, you're welcome to subscribe. And I promise you, if I'm a screenwriter who is disappointed with their lives, you know, and not really where they wanted to end up, I will not take it out on you. Especially, you know what, if you're an up and coming horror writer and you're really good and you have your own fanzine and you're a mechanic and you have a cool modern style, because he looked cool, you know, a lot cooler than, like, Ellen looks like shit. That's just, I mean, not like shit, but that's like a lackluster outfit, okay? Let's just, I mean, if any one of you looks like that, you know, it's more like, I don't care about this outfit, you know, I don't want to criticize this outfit, but I think if you wear this kind of outfit, you cannot really criticize other people's outfits. Just, that's my opinion, you know. And so I would not do that, you know, even if you're like, yeah, I'm in my feelings, you know, I'm unhappy and I wanted to be somewhere else at this point in my life. But why would I take it out on people who really enjoy what they do? You know, why wouldn't I take a picture with the, you know, special effects guy? Why wouldn't I do that? That just, that would make his day, you know. Why do I have to, like, I would never do that. So, subscribe. Anyways, I hope you had a good time. I hope you have a wonderful day. It doesn't fit well because there's the other music and it's just like, wait, let's see if we can. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, so that works a lot better. And then maybe see you next time. Bye bye. This is my self-recorded outro song so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.